Folks! Folks! Folks, welcome back. My name is Rudy. You're watching 2025 BGS Investments. Hope you'll have an amazing year. Welcome to the Thunderdome. It's not a bear market anymore, kids. My name is Rudy. Welcome to Alpha Investments. We report the news. We talk about the cardboard world. We talk about the things that go up, the things that tank, the things that collapse, the idiots that run companies to the ground, and the future of the secondary market. I welcome you as we all attempt to navigate this unbelievable era we're in. And hope you're ready, Buttercup, because it's January of 2025. And we're on the verge of Innistrad Remastered. You know, this set was announced, and the very first thing, everybody sent me messages, and you all were commenting on videos, and patrons were asking me, they were saying, "Excuse me!" And I said, "Yes, princess." And Tim in the back said, "Well, Rudy, I don't understand Innistrad Remastered. There's no cards of value in Innistrad. Everything's Liliana, our beautiful queen, is worthless, and Snapcaster, well, he's not snappy anymore, and I guess they got a cool Edgar Dr. E for the serialized poster cards are back, which you know was going to be a big deal. You know, they should have serialized all the poster cards. Why'd they only just do Captain Edgar for this showcase? You know, that's weird. So everybody was kind of telling us is that, well, why should I buy the new Innistrad Remastered and the play boxes and the collector boxes if there's no real value in the set? Wizards wants to sell a premium product. Stores are paying like $225, $230 is wholesale for collector box, and you know they're like $300 plus a box now if you can get them. And play boxes are like $160, $170 plus tax, and it just, you know, the store cost on those things is $150, and everyone's like, well, there's no value in the set. Where's the value? You know, it's such an interesting thing to watch the endless tug of war of the game piece army argue that cards should be cheap and accessible to enjoy the actual game that is Magic the Gathering. And then you have the corporate monster conglomerate who tries to give you all free mouth hugs and make everybody feel good that, well, the company is for the community! Remember that, folks. Anyone who runs a YouTube channel tells you to be a patron, tells you to support me, and tells you this and that because they are doing things for the community. The best piece of advice I will give you is the same thing before. Run. Because no, they're full of shit, they're shady, or there's something creepy going on. This is the real world, folks. This is America in 2025. And if you do not think for yourself, evolve, and try to get ahead of the curve, you will get annihilated and left behind. So, as many people did selling into the crash, and many people didn't buy anything and collect or invest in anything in the last 6 to 12 months, and they got smoked, you know. So with Innistrad Remastered coming up here, I'm going to tell you all the same thing. If you can get these collector boxes for under $300, that's including shipping and taxes. So I guess if you're a local store, I guess it's like $270 plus tax. If you can get any of these things for $300 out the door or less, that is a great entry point. It feels like, you know, a lot of people are speculating that Wizards in Magic is jealous of Pokemon because of the success of Pokemon, the market conditions and everything. Other people are speculating that Wizards is so embarrassed or uncomfortable or whatever it is because all their collector boxes kind of fell apart, and well, they created this amazing collector box product, which is very controversial because you can argue good and bad for every collector box. But then they didn't make it collectible, and they just wanted to print into the ground, and it fell apart. Stores started backing off. Pre-orders started going lower and lower. And Wizards learned a valuable lesson that you can't make a special collector item. You can't make a special collector item if you print it some outrageous supply. If you are marketing valuable, collectible, scarcity, any of these words, you need to truly stand by that. And the problem is that means you have to make less of it, which means as a company you have to make less money. So it feels like that 2025, again, we talked about in the other videos in the last few weeks, buying at release for many products is now the new thing. It's not waiting for crashes, the dips. Essentially, your opportunity for new Magic and new Pokemon is you have to buy either right before release, during release, right after release. Because the days of getting this endless restock and massive waves of products is just not a thing anymore. And if the product does go up a lot and we do get a restock from distributors jack the price on everybody. So we can't even, you can't offer the same price even if you wanted to, you know. And to pause this Magic conversation, remember folks, Prismatic Evolutions. Any price under $100 ETBs, you should buy them. And of course, people ridiculed me for that, saying, oh, Rudy's trying to pump his bags because he needs money. Are you new here? Like, what the fuck? Are you who are you? Sometimes I wonder if some of those comments things are bots. Beep, boop, boop. But I was just notified this morning from a bunch of you all and a bunch of patron messages freaking out that Prismatic ETBs just hit $150 in ETB plus tax on TCG Player, and people are freaking out to a quite an extreme level. Again, you know, I was telling you all, if you have a store or if you have a contact that'll sell you Prismatic ETBs under 100, I mean, I'll be honest with you, I'll buy them. You can give them my email address, AlphainvestmentsLLC@gmail.com. If they actually have a large position or sealed cases of this stuff that people doesn't really exist, but apparently some people think everyone's lying, yeah, I will buy them. I would pretty much pay, at this point in time, yeah, I think I would pay, what would I pay for Prismatic ETB cases? I'd say between $80 and $100 a piece. But I want like cases. I don't want you to contact me for one or two. I want like, it has to be worth the time. Because I've just told you all, it's just the market conditions, whether you like it or not. And again, if you're uncomfortable with this, you think it's going to crash, you're going to reprint to the ground, my piece of advice to you all out there is don't buy Prismatic. Just skip the set. I mean, the market's made up its mind. The market's going to do what it's going to do. I haven't sold anything. I haven't done any pre-orders. I'm going to offer it release to patrons coming up. And I told you all, whatever the market is, I'm going to take off a little bit of a discount, and that's it. It's going to sell out instantly. People are going to be angry. There's no way to win this situation. I'm hoping we do get a decent size reprint sometime in the future. But it ain't going to mean shit because, you know, distributors are going to jack that thing up to, oh, you want Prismatic ETBs as a store? $100 a piece. I mean, it's going to be useless anyways. So here we are. My advice to you guys, you know, the market looks really good, and I recommend that you focus on little niches and niches and do a lot of learning right now. There's a lot of prices. A lot of things are moving very quick. As you all saw in my large collection buy video, I told everybody that, you know, you'll notice on this YouTube channel, I focus on categories where you guys in the markets and the general public isn't paying attention. For me, I'm probably one of the few last man standing of people out here still buying vintage Magic the Gathering sealed products and collections. A lot of stores will buy it and they'll flip them as quick as they can, but I don't know anybody else out there who's been expanding and still buying large positions of sealed vintage and everything. I feel like I'm the only one left. Hopefully there's some other you guys out there, but I feel like I'm the only one left at times right now. And, you know, I mean, you can make fun of it all you want, everybody, but new Magic is where it's at. I'm not going to focus on the other card games and the new card games and Pokemon, but for Magic the Gathering, new Magic is, you know, I am not the best fan of some of the new Magic in the universes beyond. I'd be lying to you all if I wasn't pretty excited about Final Fantasy, because I grew up playing Final Fantasy on the NES, SNES, and Final Fantasy VII blew my mind for the PS1. You know, I collected and invested in PS1 Black Label, you know, Final Fantasy VIIs. If you know, you know. I'll say it like this. I was buying, collecting, and investing in Final Fantasy VII Masterpiece Era versions, factory sealed. If you know what a Masterpiece Era version is of Final Fantasy VII Black Label, you already know. I was involved with that many, many years ago. I still have some, but I just kind of moved on to the card world. But I mean, I'm excited about the Final Fantasy thing. I really am. But we have to acknowledge whether or not you like what you see or not, is that new Magic is here to stay. Universes Beyond is doing really well. I was told Fallout collectors are almost 1,000 now. I'll have to make a video on that. And I was told Doctor Who collectors are hitting all-time highs. I heard somebody said they broke over 300 a box now. So, my advice to everybody is there's going to be a lot of opportunity in this bull market to make a lot of money. A lot of stores, a lot of flippers, a lot of collectors, investors, and even people who just play the game and sell and buy single cards. There's going to be a lot of money that's made and transferred around in this market, and it's going to be this way all year long. If 2025 goes the way that most people feel it's going to go, if Bitcoin doesn't collapse back down and the S&P 500 doesn't have a negative year, if everything does continue to move forward at whatever rate of pace, who knows what it's going to do, I feel, and of course, as long as Wizards of the Coast doesn't do anything stupid, I know, as long as Wizards doesn't do anything stupid with Magic, the runway looks really good. And doesn't mean you have to be a long-term collector or an investor, but there's going to be a lot of people flipping things and making a lot of money. I've been struggling to keep up with orders and just the volume of just standard Magic and play boxes with patrons. I keep expecting a slowdown, but the spend rate is the high. I think right now, I can officially tell you guys, I think the spend rate of patrons and customers with Alpha Investments and everything, I think we've surpassed 2021 right now. Between Magic the Gathering, private Pokemon requests asking for cases of Evolving Skies, or the new one now, the $500 Fusion Strike boxes. $600 Fusion Strike boxes, whatever they are. I think right now, the volume, I think in the last 2 weeks, I think we officially passed the spend rate, the order size average. Everything is shattered the 2021 records on my personal data and spreadsheets when I look back from 2021 to total daily, weekly, monthly spend rates, how many patrons bought things, what the average order size was, it's every single category is uncharted territory. And I know some of you out there are going to say, well, Rudy, that's kind of fucking scary, bro. That's textbook bubble. Everything just goes off the chart, and that's a bubble. It's going to have, we're going to have a little, little reset, right? A little correction. I'm going to tell you guys something that I'll leave it there. And that is, a lot of this stuff, there's going to be certain products that'll always get bubbly, where they spike straight up and they come back down, and then they level and they keep going. But as far as this Bronze Age Magic, other newer Magic, people acting like, where'd it go? Where'd the Lord of the Rings special? Is that it? No, where'd the Lord of the Rings go? I already lost it. Whatever, it's $1,500 box. Where the fuck did it go? Well, anyways, the Lord of the Rings special. People ask me all the time, Rudy, do you think Lord of the Rings special box is at $1,500 is the bubble? And I said, no, it's going to be a $2,000 to $5,000 box. That doesn't mean if you don't have the capital or you're not comfortable with that, don't touch it, okay? Do I think that, the new Bloomborough or Foundation boxes, $300, $400 collector boxes, are these bubbles? No. Well, Rudy, what about Kaladesh? Did you see what happened? Remember the bubble when the Kaladesh word got banned and racist and went to $1,000 a box? Dude, Rudy, Kaladesh is back to $500, $600. Yeah, that's what we all expected to happen. It started in the 300s, skyrocketed to $1,000, and now it reset to the $500, $600 range, and now it's recalibrating. So, yeah, it overshoots to the top, and it's stabilizing, and it's still double where it was in the 300s. That's kind of normal behavior, everybody. Now, when you get to more difficult things, Scars of Mirrodin, the Mox Opal thing, that's different. Scars of Mirrodin boxes, that there's just not a lot out there. That's not going to reset. Scars of Mirrodin boxes should never have been $300, $400 price range. I've told you guys that for years. You can go on my YouTube channel at Scars of Mirrodin, Alpha Investments. I made videos 8 years ago. I made videos 6 years ago. And I made a follow-up videos like 3 years ago on Scars, saying it should have been a $1,000 box when it was $100. No, $125, $250, and then $3. This isn't bubble. That's not bubbly stuff. A lot of these items were mispriced. That's all there is to it, everybody. I told you all. This, remember? Trash, right? Right? Isn't this garbage? March of the Machine. Aftermath collector boxes. Okay? Rudy, those things are garbage. There's only 4 packs. Oh, okay. Well, Penelope, calm down. You and Negative Nancy, you can hold hands and you can fondle, whatever. Bro, these boxes are not that terrible. No, they're not $500, $1,000 boxes. They're not that good. But these boxes should not have been on TCG Player for months for like $60, $70. They shouldn't have been priced at that. The market was emotional and irrational. These were never supposed to be $50, $60 boxes. When this came out, I sold these, I think, to patrons for like $159 or $69, and I paid $150 a box for my position. And then, they collapsed. Same thing with, do I have Infinity? Infinity should have never been a $110 collector box, okay? Baldur's Gate collector boxes should have never been a $110, $120 collector box. Period. I have another sale of Baldur's Gate collectors coming up soon. And I have a sale of like Baldur's Gate draft coming up. I got one extra pallet. And these things should never, Baldur's Gate draft boxes should have never been $59, $69, $79. Okay? It's just the market was angry. The market was wrong. And, Pokemon's a different conversation, but when it comes to this Magic and these collector boxes, many times the internet's wrong. And it's just so difficult to accept and to kind of close your eyes and click that buy button when everything on the internet tells you that's bad, I don't want to revisit the Pokemon conversation. I don't want to revisit the Chilling Reign conversation. You guys know all the YouTube videos on Pokemon when I made them in the past. The Chilling Reign thing, the Rudy box position, with a couple thousand boxes of Chilling Reign. I sold a couple hundred, kept a couple thousand. You guys know the story. And just the response of all that stuff in the past when they were $70, $80, $90, and it's just awful. But the market has a way of humbling and recalibrating. And, so I want everybody to leave you all today with a simple video to start 2025 is that just remember, you have to really put a lot of research and energy and thinking into this industry if you want to survive it long term and if you really want to be some big collector investor. Now, if you want to enjoy Magic and the cards and decks and events, everything I'm saying, you shouldn't even be watching this channel because you probably think I'm some evil, every one of your cards that's worth over $1 is Rudy's fault, You're probably a very unhappy person anyways. Everything's difficult in your life, whatever. You're a game piece person. But if you're watching this channel and you really are serious about, you work hard for your money and you don't like to lose your money, so you like to build wealth and for your family and future children, and I know it's a weird concept, and I know it's kind of a dangerous thing to say, but you have to put a lot of research in this stuff. You got to know what you're doing. You can't just blindly say the internet says I should do this. Well, the internet says prismatic evolutions don't pay over MSRP of $59. MSRP conversation. Magic, dude, don't buy anything with Aftermath collectors. Remember Baldur's Gate. Oh my God, they bamboozled all of us. They even took Mana Drain out from Commander Legends 1. Oh God. Oh, there's the box. The Lord of the Rings. Oh God, only wizards would get Lord of the Rings in the summer set. Only wizards would make Lord of the Rings in the summer. And then turn around and make the same set a second time just to milk us. One of the worst takes in Magic history. Yep. One of the worst takes in Magic history. Thanks for watching, folks. Let's see, what do we got going on? I did add Jumpstart, Foundation Jumpstart, $91 ship the box permanently for the next year. So that's officially on the Patreon list. You guys can buy it whenever you want. That was added the last few days. Innistrad Remastered, I told you. Collector boxes, I'll run a small sale. Order from multiple stores. Any price under $300, you should take it. I'm going to limit like 2 boxes. I don't have enough for many people. Don't get excited about it. Innistrad play boxes, honestly, for the price compared to the collector boxes are $300 to $400 a piece. The play boxes are like $160, $170. Dude, that's less than half. Like, honestly, the play boxes are looking pretty good value-wise compared to the collector boxes, the pricing. Alright, Prismatic Evolutions. TCG player 150 plus tax. I guess at this point I'm going to tell you all you should, I guess anything below 130 now, even 10-20% off, I would try to, I guess, try to get that and hope that whatever you're buying from will honor the order and actually fill it. No matter what, people are going to be unhappy with prismatic evolutions. Just move on from it. And if you have an LGS or anything, just the people who get angry at you, just let them go. Let them go. Don't do business with them, because you can't. The prismatic evolutions, there's nothing anybody can do about it. It is what it is. The market's off the chart. There's not everybody's pulling on the product, so everybody just gets a little bit. It is what it is, everybody. I think that's all I have to say today, everybody. Well, I'm going to do a separate Flesh and Blood video to talk about the new Hunted set. There's quite a bit of excitement with that. It's the most exciting. It's way more excitement than I've seen on the new Flesh and Blood set compared to Rosetta. Rosetta was a gorgeous set. Tales of Aria 2.0. But man, the Hunted, people seem really excited. It feels a similar hype and excitement as Misty. It's definitely more exciting and more positivity than Heavy Hitters and Rosetta, but it feels similar to Misty right now. People are pretty pumped about it. Pretty pumped on the power level, the theme, the lore, the flavor of it. People seem pretty good about it. Definitely some jitteriness in the supply, though. People are a little concerned about that. We're seeing that with the $100 box prices on TCG Player right now. Keep in mind, Flesh and Blood, I believe, did raise the price, or they're going to, of MSRP per box on the new set too, I think. So the prices will be a little higher, and map pricing, everything's been adjusted up a little bit. I guess we got a lot to talk about. We haven't talked about One Piece. We got to do a follow-up video on Lorcana. Did Star Wars ever recover from that Twilight set? Did Twilight ever come back to 70, 80, 90 to $100 a box? God, stores got annihilated on that shit. I wonder if that ever came back. I haven't checked the Star Wars in a while. I guess one last thing. Just do a single card buyout. It's been a long time since we manipulated the market and bought out something. It's been years, man. We should have some fun. Penis!